Carol, the 1111 coach, and I want to talk about Thou Art Loose, right? So, I'm on the highway. Listen, I just decided to go live because I was thinking about this Thou Art Loose thing. So, it's your 1111 coach, and we know what we believe, right? We believe in 4 basic things. We believe that we deserve perfect health. We deserve abundant wealth. We deserve prosperity. We also deserve a perfect work, perfect self-expression. So we got health, we got wealth, self-expression. We also deserve love. So we deserve love, we deserve money, we deserve health, and we deserve to be who we are. It's 4 things that we all, each individually deserve. Period. No matter what. No matter what's going on, this is what God has given us. He's given us everyone has been granted the 4 wands. We each deserve it. Now, however that we go about getting it, that's, it's individual. But we all deserve it. All right? So I digress. So now I want to talk about this Thou Art Loose thing. All right. So there's this thing in the Bible, right, where there was this woman, and she was extremely sick. She was very, very sick. Okay. She had this issue going through her body of blood. Now, there's power in the blood, right? The Bible says that there's power in the blood. But the blood that was going through her system was contaminated. It was contaminated. It was contaminated. And they called it an issue. She had issues with her blood. She had issues. Now, it's power in the blood. Now, when they say the blood, they say the blood of Christ, right? So that is, let's speak metaphorically, right? Blood is a life force. What do you believe? Right? Okay. She had issues with her belief system. She had issues with what she believed about who she was, where she came from, and what she deserved and where she was going. 4 things she believed about that she had an issue with. Because she had money and they stole all her money. They stole all her money because she spent all this money with these doctors that was supposed to be helping her with her health, helping her with this issue. They couldn't help her. She had no family that could help her. She had no friends that could help her. It all had to do, it was inside of her. Her subconscious mind was screwed up. Why? Because she didn't believe in the true God. She didn't believe that there was something that was animating her, something that was protecting her, something that was causing her to just thrive and be. She didn't believe in it because she thought that her money meant something. She thought that her social ties meant something. That meant nothing. It meant nothing. Her social ties, who she knew, where she came from, none of it meant anything anymore. Only thing that meant something was who created her. So she got so deep in her need. And she said, OMG, this person is showing up how I want to show up. This person is emulating what I want to emulate. She saw Jesus. She saw the Christ. And what was he emanating for her? He was emanating perfect health. That was important to her at that time. But not only that, he was emanating freedom. He was emanating the perfect whole person that she wanted to be. She wanted to be whole. She wanted to be independent, self-reliant, and whole. She just wanted to be whole. Because she already knew what it felt like to have money, and they took it all from her. She knew what it felt like to have friends and family, but they couldn't help her. For whatever reason, they couldn't support her in her need. So what she really wanted was freedom to be in her power. And this person showed up right there. And he said, woman, thou art loosed. Now, here it is. Everybody's not a woman, right? We got men here too. So what does this mean? Whether you whether you have been born as a masculine or feminine, doesn't matter what you were born. Thou art loose. It means that you have complete access to whatever it is that you desire, if you believe. But you have to believe that there is something inside of you that you are connected to. That can give you access to it. And if you don't believe that, you're not going to get it. Bottom line. So you have to tell yourself, I'm loose. I'm loose from poverty. I'm loose from poor health. I'm loose from depression. I'm loose from being held back from my desires. You have to tell yourself that. You have to tell yourself, I'm loose. I'm loose from blockages. I'm loose from confusion. I'm loose. And when you tell yourself that, that's it. You have to do it continuously over and over again. I'm loose. Because the Bible said it. I know people be like, oh, the Bible. Listen, the Bible don't have nothing to do with man. Nothing. When you read the scriptures, you must read the scriptures from a perspective as if what it's talking about is you. Whether you are Job. What if you have to show up as Job and everything in your life is just falling apart, right? So everything in your life could be falling apart. And every person that you love and that you might have supported, they don't love and support you. They seeing your demise before you even see your own demise. They not shoring you up. They not supporting you. What do you do? That's what the book of Job. And then you have all these other stories in the Bible. You have to be the victor in those stories. The Bible is a good book to read. And so is the Quran. The Quran might be even a little bit more. I do like the Quran, and I'm going to tell you why. Because it talks a lot about health and about the body, and I like that. I like that. I do like that. I like the Quran. But it's hard. It's hard for me, what I have experienced through my journey, is hard for me to read the Quran because it's hard to find good interpretations of it. Now I do have what I want to say. All right, it's hard to get past what they speak about in the Quran if you live in the USA, right? If you live in the United States, it is hard to read it. If you have not been brought up in Islam, if you've been brought up in a church, when you read the Quran, it's gonna hurt you if you get a good interpretation of the Quran. Because I have a Muslim man gave me a Quran that is from English. That goes from Arabic to English. And I'm gonna tell you, so many people have been in my family and friends have tried to steal that Quran from me, and they have not succeeded. And I make sure I keep it in view. So many people, because they like, oh my God, where'd you get this from? And that man that gave me that Quran, I thank him for it. However, when I read it, it's hard for me to read it because, my faith is, my foundation is Christianity. So when I read it, it's a little difficult because of the things that's being said in there, about Christians, and can't help it, but the Quran is something else. So if you're turned off by the Bible, you could read the Quran. I have not read the entire Quran because it's kind of hard for me to read because of some of the derogatory statements that are made about Christians. All right, so it's hard for me, but I'm working on it. I am working on it. So, but if you can't read the Bible, then try to read the Quran. You might be okay with the Quran, but the most important part of the Bible is the Psalms. And I know people who read the Quran, and they said that the Psalms is in the Quran. And the reason why I know is because I've heard them quote Psalms. The Psalms is probably the most important part of the Bible that you can read. One of the most important sections. And I think that it's in the Quran. I don't know that much about the Quran. I just know the kind of like the beginning. I'm still working on it. It's hard for me to get through it, but I'm working on it. And I can't just read through something. Like when I read through it, I gotta be, So I just wanted to share that, you're loosed. Thou art loosed from all of your infirmities, but you have to You have to believe in that innate power that you can't see. You can't believe nothing that you see or anything that you hear. You have to put back all that you have learned. You have to just say, God, I'm going to trust you and show me the truth. And if you are able to do that, if you are able to just say, you know what, I want to see, hear, and feel the truth. And God, whoa, shit. What the heck is this? Did you see me? Oh my gosh. Oh, Lord have mercy. See how the devil? That man wasn't even looking. He just was driving all willy-nilly. Good Lord. All right, well, listen, I know I'm sorry I cursed, but I love you with that agape kind.